ended up in jail for about 6 months, which was fine because he was getting a little clean that way too. And he is presently at New Destiny Treatment Center down in Clinton. And Cody came to know the Lord about 6 weeks ago. He was baptized. He is a completely new person. That's my purpose in doing this, okay, is to share the Lord with people. And you can't, I was just telling China, you can't do it when they're dead. You have to keep them alive long enough to hear the good word.
Now it can be anywhere from 50 to 85% purity, and we're adding in additives. A lot of times people will call them bad bags of dope, but actually they're really good bags of dope. The problem is that we're adding things in like fentanyl, which is an incredibly strong, short-acting opiate, many more times more potent than heroin. It really only lasts for the first 20 to 40 minutes. After that, the fentanyl wears off and the heroin is the primary drug. But in that 20 to 40 minutes, you have people falling out, overdosing, not breathing, turning blue, seizing, foaming at the mouth. And if no one else is around, they can die in that first 20 to 40 minutes. I am a 45-year-old woman. I spent from 16 to 32 involved with drugs. My drug of choice was IV heroin, and I got clean on September 29th, 2003, which is exactly 13 years ago today. Yay! My actual first drug treatment was with the Dobson Center, which is now right down the street from me. And I had a fantastic primary counselor, this little beady-eyed, fierce woman named Patty Sleevey. And even though I did return to my drug use, the entire time that I used after that, I remember her words echoing through my head. I had been introduced that there were other ways to live, more fulfilling ways to live. And so years later, after going from just doing this to myself, I'm not bothering anybody, to becoming a mother who I loved my children deeply, but I still couldn't manage my addiction and put them first. So waking up to the realities of living in addiction and your addiction progressing and the drugs working less and less and less. These are all key elements in somebody waking up and saying, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore.
And you know, they said 4 deaths a day in Ohio. It's way more than that now. This has done nothing but get worse. It's well over 20 deaths a day. And as China really explained very well, carfentanil and fentanyl hitting the streets has made it even easier. We don't need cartels anymore because we don't need the poppy. They don't need the poppy plant anymore because it's all synthetic. So, and since the patent for carfentanil, by the way, is owned by the U.S. Army, it's public information, and there's an 8-step process to make it. You can Google it and find out. That's how easy it is. No, I like to think of heroin as a serial killer, and it. You know, you don't know when it's in your neighborhood, so you have to be armed, and Narcan is the best that you have, so that at least you can keep that person alive. And so we want to get as many. We passed out over 600 doses of Narcan, just, you know, in little Cuyahoga Falls, you know, the area just around, and that's what we want to happen.